Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey everybody, this is Jason. I'm coming to you today with a little bit of a gear overview surrounding the Elliott Guitars P40 Warhawk. Now I know there's already one or two reviews out there about this guitar, but there's not a ton of information out there yet, so I wanted to try to give my insight on it as I've had it for a couple of weeks now. I've been able to interact with the guitar quite a bit, and I will say that this is the one that I go to and I grab first when it's time to rehearse for a Sunday morning and things of that nature. So the goal of this video is just to try to maybe answer some questions that I would have had when I was waiting for the order to come through or when I was placing the order to begin with. So without further ado, I'm going to cut to some clips, pictures and videos of the video as I'm speaking, but I'm going to talk through some of the specifics. Okay, first and foremost, the materials used for this guitar. This is a roasted alder body with a roasted maple neck. Now, the roasted material provides a very nice resonance and a very nice snappiness when playing the guitar. And it also is not extremely heavy. It clocks in at right at 8 pounds, which is a fairly comfortable weight to be using on a Sunday morning for a couple of services, or I mean really anything for that matter. The contouring is very nice. It's very comfortable to hold. And the finish work on this thing is impeccable. Moving on to the tremolo system. This is the Super V Blade Runner tremolo system. This is a very, very nice Strat style tremolo, string through block in the back, just like a Strat would be, but it's very touch responsive. And there's actually a little bit of a routing underneath the bridge itself that allows for the bridge to sit flush as if it were decked against the body, but still be floating. So you could still have flutter up and down with the tremolo system. These pickups are Elliott Guitars original pickups. So they are specifically voiced for the Warhawk. They made these specifically for the Warhawk. They don't put these pickups in any other instruments. The makeup of it and the output and ratings and things like that are somewhat proprietary. So I cannot go into some of that information, as you know. If you have questions about that, you can always just reach out to Andy or Adam over there at Elliott Guitars. In terms of the other electronics, what you're looking at is a master volume, a master tone, and then a blend knob is the 3 control knobs. And then there's a 3-way selector switch for neck, middle, and bridge positions. Now the blend control knob will actually blend in the neck pickup as you roll it back. So if you're rolling it like you're rolling the volume down or the tone down, it blends in the neck pickup to the bridge position. So what that does is, if you need to warm up that bridge position a little bit for whatever tone you're going for, you can blend that in all the way to basically what would be a middle position with the neck volume being rolled all the way in. But albeit it's on a different circuit than the middle position switch, so you can get some slightly different tones out of it. Moving on to the neck and fretwork. The fretwork on this guitar is impeccable. Some of the best fretwork that I have played to date. The fret ends are very nicely rounded. Everything has been plecked and leveled appropriately. Now, I spoke with Andy when I was there, and he said that what they do with their necks is they actually put the necks in the pleck machine. They trim down the actual fingerboard itself to level that completely, and then when they install the frets, then they redo it with the frets in as well and do the frets, leveling the frets appropriately. The frets have a material that is underneath the fret slot itself that actually makes it to where there's no dead space underneath the frets at all. So they are very, like I said, very responsive, very resonant. And there's no clarity issues. There's no dead spots in the neck. It's incredible. This guitar comes standard with vintage locking tuners. And all of it is set on the proprietary headstock that has the rosewood inlay on the headstock itself. Altogether, this is an incredible instrument. It's fantastic. Like I said, it's the one that I go to when I go to pick up an instrument. It's very responsive, and it's one of the only guitars that I have where the first time I picked it up, I was able to just play it. I didn't have to dial it in. I didn't have to adjust my amp settings. I didn't have to adjust anything. I just plugged it in and it played. It's very well balanced, and it's just one of the best instruments that I've played to date. Now, one of the best ways to describe the frequency response of this instrument is I've played a lot of guitars. I've had some guitars that were very boomy, and I've had other guitars that were very, not ice picky, but they had a high range frequency. You'll find this a lot with some humbuckers, some single coiled voice humbuckers, single coils, or even like Filtertrons. This guitar is very well balanced across that, and I would say rather than just having one field of vision, it's almost like your blinders have been taken off. So the guitars that are really boomy have a really high low-end response, but not as much high-end frequency response. Now, the guitars that are really, we'll just call it ice picky for the video's sake, they have a high frequency response, but not very much low-end response. This one has the widest frequency response that I have played on an instrument. So it does capture some of the clarity in the low end as well as in the high end without getting into those ranges of being harsh frequencies or ice picky, without having to dial anything back. It responds very well to amps, responds very well to drives. I've just been very impressed with it, and I actually told Adam, who's the one that builds these pickups, I told him he's a wizard, because he has the pickups that are in here, and I got a set of pickups for my Duesenberg Star Player that are a original from Elliott Guitars as well. They're called Fire Water pickups, and both pickups are just incredible. So I'm just going to cut to some play samples now. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments below. I'll do my best to answer anything you got. I tried to cover everything that I would have wanted to know as I was waiting, to try to curb the enthusiasm and curb the craving for wanting that information and wanting to have it. So if you have any other questions, feel free to leave comments in the comment section below. Like, subscribe to the page. You'll be seeing some more playthrough videos of me with this guitar, doing some of the stuff that I would do on a normal Sunday morning. So, all right, thanks guys. I hope you have a great day and be blessed.